Hello friends, I'm Urvashi. Welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, then remember to subscribe. The subscription button is right here. So remember to subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, then great to have you back. Today I'm going to be taking you with me on a journey to the stars. So it's a very important topic that I'm going to be discussing today. It's a topic I'm sure everybody wants to know about because every time there is a consultation, every time I have somebody over, so this is the one question that comes up every time and everybody wants to know. Everybody asks the same questions. So what does my career path look like? When will I get success? What profession should I opt for to be successful? Should I get into a job or should I take up a business? What kind of a job should I get into? What industry would be suitable to me? What businesses would be suitable to me? In what direction should I go? So these are the basic questions that we get during a consultation, and I know everybody wants to know about this. So I was very keen on making a video like this. On a video about this, I wanted to clarify how to see profession in a chart very simply, how to understand what is wrong and what we need to correct to improve our professional growth. So this video is completely dedicated to understanding our profession, our attitudes in our profession and the enhancement of that, and also to be able to see how successful or how easily successful we're going to be. So let's see. So there are a lot of houses. There are quite a few houses that we do see for profession in a professional consultation, like the second house, the seventh house, the 10th house, the sixth house, the 11th house. But yes, specifically the 10th house is the Karam Sthan. All your actions, not just your career, not just your profession, but all your actions are seen from the 10th house. So 10th house signifies profession. And if we see the natural zodiac, so we start with Aries. There are 12 signs. By the natural zodiac, we mean, that natural belt from Aries to Pisces. So Aries is the first sign and Capricorn is the 10th sign. So the sign of Capricorn falls in the 10th house. And the 10th house is profession. The 10th house is career. So the 10th house is the most important house that we see for career. So okay, now we've got the house and we've got the zodiac sign. Now who is the Lord of Capricorn? Well, Saturn is the Lord of Capricorn. So we've got this significator, we've got this first significator. So Saturn is the first significator for profession. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the sign Capricorn, and the Lord of the sign of Capricorn is Saturn, and Saturn is the first significator of profession. Saturn in Hindi is also called Karam Data. Karam is your action and Data is giver. So he is the giver of action, he is the keeper of the records of all our actions, our previous actions. He is the judge, he is the giver of the fruits. We've sown certain seeds and we reap accordingly. So he is the giver, he is the judge, he decides on what we've done, good, bad, and he gives us the fruit of our actions. And then we'll talk about the planet that gets exalted in Capricorn. So let's guess. So which planet does get exalted in Capricorn? Is it Venus? No. Is it Sun? No, definitely not. Is it Jupiter, the most auspicious planet? No, it isn't. Well, it's Mars. And in my previous video, in the last couple of weeks, I've been discussing about Mars and Ketu in the sign of Capricorn because that's just currently happening. Mars is right now in the sign of Capricorn. Mars is exalted. In Hindi, we call it Uchchaka. Mars is right now in its Uch Rashi, in its sign of exaltation. It's in its best position. Mars is, it's on a party right now. Mars is happy. Mars is completely enjoying himself. He's in form, he's organized, he's structured, he has all the energy, and Mars is out there and ready to go for action. So Mars is the planet that gets exalted in the sign of Capricorn. Now why does that happen? Simply because Mars is our energy, Mars is our action, Mars is the execution of our ideas. And Capricorn is the house of action. Capricorn is the Karam Sthan. And Capricorn is an earthy sign. Capricorn absorbs the fire of Mars. It gives Mars a structure. It gives Mars a rule, certain rules and regulations. It gives Mars an earthy form, a stable form. It gives the fire a stable form. It decides It makes Mars use that energy in a right way, in a structured way. So there are four elements in astrology: earth, air, fire, and water. The earth element signifies materialism, signifies matter, signifies wealth, signifies everything that is physical. So here Mars in this materialistic sign of action, of karam, of career, of profession, gets exalted, and that's what is happening right now. You can go back to those videos, check out Mars Ketu conjunction. I have 2 videos on that. I've explained this conjunction very well in the first video. You get an idea of what this conjunction is like, the energy it's giving. And in the second video, I've talked about the impact of this conjunction on all the ascendants. So this is from right now, from May 2018 to November 2018, this conjunction is happening, and it's giving us a result. You can go back and check out those videos. So here I'm just going to be talking about Mars as a significator of profession. So Mars gets exalted in the sign of Capricorn. Mars is our ability to execute. Mars is our ability to take action. So that is the second significator we're going to be talking about, Mars. So first was Saturn, and the second is Mars. The third significator we're going to be talking about today is, well, it's the Sun. So if you have any background of astrology, you would understand that when a person is born, the eastern horizon, the side where the sun rises, the eastern horizon, the zodiac sign that is at that point of time on the eastern horizon becomes your ascendant sign. So whichever zodiac sign falls on the eastern horizon, horizon is the point where the earth seems to touch the sky, the point where the sky and the earth seem to meet. So that at that point, whichever zodiac sign is seen at the time of your birth becomes your ascendant sign. And then the 10th house is the place that is seen in the right up over our heads. It's the point that is right above our heads. So the eastern horizon is the point where we see the first zodiac sign, the ascendant sign. So that becomes the ascendant. Whichever zodiac is on the eastern horizon becomes the ascendant. And the zodiac that is right on top of the head becomes the 10th sign, becomes the 10th house. So okay, now we have this 10th house, which is right on top of our heads at the time of our birth. And guess which planet becomes strongest when it's right there on the top? It's the Sun. Sun is the strongest at 12 noon. That is when the Sun has its energy at the max. And then it starts going down. It rises, the sun rises and goes to its peak at 12 o'clock. It's in the mid heavens, and then it starts moving towards the south and then towards the west. Towards the south, it goes from the south towards the west. So it's strongest when it's right above our heads. The sun is the strongest when it's in the 10th house. That is the directional strength of the sun in a horoscope. So if your sun is in the 10th house in your horoscope, it gets directional strength. This is how it gets directional strength. You have to understand that sun is strongest at 12 o'clock where it's right over our heads. So here we have the third significator of profession. Sun is strongest in the 10th house because it gets directional strength, because that is where the sun needs to be, right overhead. So here we have these 3 planets which are most important for career. These are the most, there are other significators of profession also. There is Mercury, there is Jupiter. There are additional significators, but these are the 3 basic significators of profession. And why is that? Let's just talk about these planets and understand why. So what is Sun? Well, Sun is our confidence. Sun is our faith. Sun is our faith in ourselves. Sun is our soul. How strong is our soul? Or how weak is our soul? Do we get carried away by what others tell us? Do we instantly believe people? Do we just believe anything we hear? If somebody gives us a negative feedback, if somebody kind of pulls us down, if we're trying to do something and somebody comes and says, no, you're not doing this well, do we completely lose faith in ourselves? or do we retain our confidence? That is what sun is. That is your strength in yourself. How gullible are you? How fast do you get carried away? Well, there are other planets also, but your confidence in yourself is your sun. So that is the first thing we have to remember. In order to be successful in life, the first quality that you need is confidence in yourself. We always tend to underestimate ourselves. We always tend to look at other people and feel that person has some other thing about him or her. That person maybe has more knowledge. That person is maybe smarter. That person is maybe more intelligent. Those are the thoughts. Those are normal thoughts that anybody and everybody has. It's because we lack that confidence in ourselves. No one person is better than the other. If an X can do something, then the Y also can do the same thing. It's as simple as that. Nobody is in any way superior than the others. There could be people born with a better IQ. There could be people born with certain talents. But you would have your own talents. You would have your own set of skills. You have your own individual personality, your own unique personality. Just because somebody is born with a better IQ or somebody has an XYZ talent doesn't make that person in any way better than us or you or me. So sometimes we are in awe of other people. That shows our lack of confidence in ourselves. Having respect for others is great. If somebody has a talent, if somebody has a unique ability, it's great to respect and admire. But never lose that confidence in yourself. But yes, if you have a weak sun, then yes, then you would be a little low in confidence. So that's the first thing we got to remember in a profession. And having a good confidence, having a strong sun is the first key to success. It gives us that attitude, that feeling, yes, I can do it. Simple as that. Everybody's going to come back, give you negative feedback. Everybody's going to come and tell you, no, you can't do this. This is not for you. You just go take a regular job. You can't do this business. This is not for you. You don't have the personality. You don't have the aptitude. You don't have the attitude. You don't have the resources. You don't have the skills or whatever. And if you believe them, it just means you are lacking in confidence. And if your sun is strong, you will have the confidence to hear all that, to hear it from this side and let it out from this side and then carry on. So that is having a strong sun. That is having a confidence in your own self. The second important planet here that we're talking about is Mars. Now what is Mars? Mars is your strength. Mars is your muscle. Mars is the blood, the muscle in your body. Mars is the energy, the fire in your body. Mars is a fighter. We all have a fighter inside of ourselves. All of us. We all, rise up to an occasion. If there is a crisis, we all stand up and fight for ourselves. Some give up a little more easily than others. Some tend to fight for no reason. They just waste their energy. They just put up a fight without any reason. They waste their energy. Instead of utilizing that energy, utilizing that fight to gain something, they just waste that fight away. We all need that fight. In order to grow in life, we all need that fight. So having a good Mars, having a very stable, strong Mars, retains that fight in ourselves. We retain that fight. Somebody who has a good Mars would not waste their energy on frivolous thing, on fighting, on gossiping and doing wasteful things. And, they would just retain that energy and they would use it in the best possible way to grow, to gain, to execute, for action. Mars gets exalted in the Karam Sthan for profession. So Mars is this energy. Mars is the fighter. Mars is the physical fighter and Mars is the mental fighter. You don't necessarily have to be a Mike Tyson to be a fighter. You need to be mentally strong. You need to be mentally strong to just beat anybody else. Sometimes, in fact, most of the times, it's not even about a physical fight. It's the mental fight. It's the mental stamina. And Mars is that mental stamina. How fast will you give up? That's the question. That is Mars. Mars will decide how fast you give up or whether you give up or not at all. So that is what Mars is. And for success, that is a very important quality because we all going to fail. When we go out and when we endeavor to do something, when we initiate on doing something, of course we're going to have our failures. We all have a share of failures. And then how fast do we give up? That is Mars. So your ability to fight, your ability to carry on, your ability, your mental strength, your mental will, your mental energy is Mars. So, and if your Mars is well placed, then you're going to go all the way, then there's no stopping you. Now the third planet which is most important for success in a career is Saturn. And what is Saturn? Saturn is a consistency. Saturn is the ability to consistently do something. Saturn is the planet for hard work. Saturn is the laborer who's working out there in the fields. Saturn is the person who's toiling in a factory, who continuously does the same thing. And that is what success requires. See, if you see a child in the 10th standard, the child has to appear for an exam. So what do you tell the child? Fine, this 1 month you study 6 hours every day. The next month, 1 month, you forget about studies. And the third month, you again do 6 hours every day. And the fourth month, again you forget about studies. Is that how we tell our children to study? No. We tell our children, you do 2 hours of study, but you do it every day. Okay, fine, Sunday is off, but 2 hours of study and every day. That is consistency. So a child who does 2 hours of study every day would do better than a child who is doing 6 hours of study 1 month and doing nothing the next month. So consistency is the key to success, to any kind of success. Consistently being able to do something, consistently doing something will give you a result. The thing will crack. The idea will somehow, take form. Even that piece of coal which is pressurized under huge pressure for thousands and thousands of years, that consistent pressure turns it into a diamond someday. So consistency in anything that we do is most important, and Saturn is the planet for consistency. If Saturn is there in your chart, Saturn is strong, you will be a consistent worker. You will do your job every day, you will do it consistently, you will do it meticulously. And that is the key to success. That is the third key to success. So these are the 3 planets we need to check in a birth chart to see the qualities of the person, to understand what the chances of success are, how quickly will this person have success. If this person is not getting success, then what is lacking? What is missing in this person? What he or she is not doing? Is she not confident? Is the sun weak? Is she not mentally strong? Does she not have the energy? Or does he not have the energy? Does he or she give up? Or does he or she doesn't even start? Some people don't even start. They keep thinking, they keep coming up with a lot of ideas, but they never start. That is, having a weak Mars. Some people use their energy on the wrong things. They use the energy to backbite. They use the energy to fight. They use the energy, to stalk other people. Nowadays, there are stalkers on Facebook and other social sites. So that's also a misuse of energy. So where are you using your energy? Are you using it constructively or not? Mars will decide that. And then Saturn. How consistent are you? Are you doing your thing consistently, or did you start off and then you leave it and then you decided to take it up again after a month or so? That is Saturn. So if these 3 planets are well placed in any chart, that promises great success. So simply what you have to do, look up your birth chart, see where these 3 planets are posited. If these 3 planets are in the Kendras or the Trikonas, then they are strong. You have all the qualities. If one of them is outside, in any of the Trik Bhavas, outside the Kendras and Trikons, I'll make it simple for you, outside the Kendras and Trikons, because that is where the planets get success. That is where the planets become strong. The significations of all planets strengthen when they are in the Kendras and Trikonas. In the houses 1, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, that's it. So these are the houses where the planets become strong. And if any of your planets, any of these 3 planets are outside the Kendra or the Trikona, then those qualities would be a little less in you. As simple as that. So if your Mars is outside the Kendras and Trikons, then the will is not there. Then the mental and the physical will is not there. You give up easily. If Sun is outside, then you lack in confidence. You just don't start because you lack in confidence. Or when people give you a negative feedback, then you tend to give up. And if Saturn is not there in the Kendras or Trikonas, it's outside somewhere in 6, 8, 12 or any other house, then well, you're not consistent. Simple as that. So look up your birth charts and you'll get the answers to the questions now yourself. And then yes, of course, you can strengthen those planets. You can do the remedies for those planets. You can start working on the qualities of those planets. So these are the three most important factors for success in career. Very simple. Look up your chart and you'll get the answers to your own questions. And we'll be seeing you now in the next video. Remember to subscribe. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe here. The subscription button is right here. And give me your feedback. Ask me questions in the comment section. I look forward to that. We'll see you in the next video now. Bye-bye.